Namaste. Today's talk is on a proverb. Even Amrit in excess is poison. Amrit is believed to be the drink of gods because they are all immortal because of drinking this substance called, or the liquid called Amrit. I don't think that anybody would like to drink Amrit because just, if you drink Amrit, you shall become immortal. You shall have eternal life. Would anybody like to have eternal life? I don't think so. Because we shall be bored of life after a few hundred years. I am now going to tell you an incident from real life which happened while I was in Baroda. I was a teacher there. So I had a colleague. She was a teacher at Himgir School, Al-Kapiri, where I was the principal. I don't know whether that school exists now or not, because that's a long back. Her husband was a high official in Central Excise and Customs. That guy was fond of drinking payasam. Payasam is a sweetened pudding-like thing. It is prepared of rice, coconut milk, jaggery, then nuts, some dry fruits, ghee, and some spices. Very tasty it is. And this guy, the teacher's husband, was very fond of it. So one day it was his birthday celebration. So they had invited a few friends. And they prepared this payasam, which is served as a dessert after the meal. So everybody loved it very much. They drank as much as they could. And this guy also did so. When all the guests had left, this fellow just wanted to drink some more, and his wife didn't mind because it was his birthday, and moreover, he had no sugar complaints. I don't know how much he drank. Maybe just he would have drunk some 3 or 4 glasses more, but it was more than he should have taken. So the result came after some time because he felt uneasy. He was unable to sit, he was unable to lie, he was unable to walk. And he found it very difficult to breathe. If it had happened these days, you would have thought that he was affected by corona. But at that time, corona was unknown. It happened many years ago. So only one thing his wife could do was take him to the bathroom and just turn the shower on at full speed. So the water just started spraying upon his head and body. Yes, it was summer and it was quite comfortable for him. So it did have its effect because he started belching, giving out gas from the stomach through the mouth. He started belching. After a few bouts of belching, he was at ease. So it taught him a lesson. It taught us also a lesson. This story was told by my colleague. So whenever we do something, it should be done only up to a limit. We do have festivals. In India, there is the Diwali, there is the Holi, there is Ganesh Chaturthi. There are so many festivals, but all these festivals come once in a year. In Kerala, there is Onam. It is believed that Mahabali used to visit Kerala on that day. So such festivals occur only once in a year. But in the recent past, before the advent of this corona, our celebrations had exceeded all limits. Even the marriages were celebrated in a fabulous way. In the past, for the betrothal or the engagement, that would be held there in the would-be bride's residence. Only very close relatives, very few people would go for that function. But these days, it is not a thing. Not now, because of this corona, just it has put an end. Some people just in 100, 200 cars would go, and there would be a terrible feast. Terrible, because just, they would serve so many things at the feast. So, it cannot be called a grand feast. It was a terrible feast. So, just imagine just what would be the situation at the time of a wedding. Wedding would be celebrated in huge convention centers where just people could park 1,000, 2,000 cars. And people would say, oh, so for that marriage, there were nearly 2,000 cars parked there in that lot. And the feast would be for about 10,000 people. But all the invitees wouldn't come because it would be at a faraway place. And another thing, these days people are very busy also. Anyhow, that fellow would just pay the amount for 10,000 some just meals, and the resort owner would just pocket all the money, and he would serve at the most 2,000, 2,500 meals. The remaining amount would go into his pocket because the other guy just wanted to show the people that he had spent 50 lakh rupees just for the feast and the decorations alone. So people have just exceeded their limit. Extravaganza prevailed everywhere. Then in Kerala, you can see a temple at every nook and cranny. And every temple would have a Puram or a festival. So like that, there would be just so many Purams in the nearby vicinity of our village, Adamutta. So all the people just would go on celebrating from morn till midnight or just beyond that. Because of that, government just brought some restrictions so that they had to stop by 10 o'clock or by 10:30 evening. Then there would be just continuation of the Puram in the morning also. And people would go on just celebrating. They would dance in mouth all the time. And the poor elephants would suffer. You would have heard of Thrissur Puram, the Puram of Purams, which is held in front of Padakkunatha temple at Tekkinkad Maidan. It's a grand affair, just with 30 caparisoned elephants. And in front of these elephants, there would be two parties who would present their melam. Their melam means hundreds of percussion instruments and pipes. It was really a grand thing. But the thing is that, last year, this year, there was no Puram because of Corona. And the Christians also used to have their celebrations because they have so many saints, and for each saint they would just give a feast, and there would be so many feasts. Thrissur is famous for these Purams and just feasts. So we went on celebrating more than we had to. We showed much extravaganza. At the same time, these people just would waste a lot of money for such things. And you see that they are unable to see the poverty around. There are so many people who lead a very miserable life. Some people just would find it very difficult to have even a sumptuous meal once a day. But in the other parts of the world, just there are so many millions of starvation deaths. So we never care about it. So it is not good. He would not accept it. He means that we say that God. If we had sense, or if we were sensible, we wouldn't act like this. We would keep a part of the money for the celebration, and that would be given for alleviating the poor condition of the suffering. So he was watching there, and he came down in the form of Corona. It had put an end to all celebrations. Now we are all confined to our homes. A few days back, while I was just having a video call with one of my former students of Baroda High School, I told that, I am now confined to home. He said, then so are we all are confined. Then I said that means so I feel that as if I am in a jail. Immediately she just corrected me, saying that don't say like that, please, because jail is a negative word. Yes, I knew it, and I thank her for correcting me. So rather just we would say, I am in a cruise ship. So you have to remain confined to the rooms or on the deck at times. That's all. So the thing is that things are going on like this. Why? Because we have not opened our eyes. So some force, the divine force, we say, is trying to just show us the right path. So we have to be very much careful when we exceed the limit. Here we have a great guru, a great sage named Sri Narayana. One of his poems is Daiva Dasaka. Dasa means 10. So 10 slogas about Daivam. Daivam means God. So I will translate one of the slogas. Thou art creation. Thou art the creator. Thou art the creation's varied, and thou art, O God, the substance used in the creation. Thou art means you are. You are the creation, you are the creator, you are the creation's varied, and you are, O God, the substance or the material used in creation. So wonderful a thing, because you are God, so am I am also God. Rajneesh said the same. Bhagavan Rajneesh, he called, I am Bhagavan. So are you are also Bhagavan, because there is no place devoid of that eternal force we call God. Okay? We will meet again. See you soon. Bye.